Hey guys, it's zVeNoMz here with a really quick deck profile on my Watts. Just got all the cards in the mail today, so I finally have the whole deck. It's ready to go. Ready for the February 9th regionals. Whenever I get ready for that with me and a friend, if he ends up coming. So, I might try to get coverage there, but probably not. Well, obviously got all the cards in the mail now, but the deck is just running really great. Especially ever since I added in the seahorses and another card which I've already explained in past videos. But the deck's been running really great, so let's go ahead and jump into the deck profile. First off, you got the obvious 3 Thunder Seahorse. This card is just crazy advantage. You drop 1 turn 1 to pick up 2 more, and then drop another 1 turn 2 to pick up 2 Cobras, and then turn 3 drop the third one to pick up 2 Wattgiraffes, and you got pretty much your whole setup ready, and you're ready to just demolish your opponent within a couple turns. It's just really good. The card is just insanely broken, and just because of the fact that it only helps under supported archetypes, just makes it not ban worthy. Like, in all honesty, if this was a card that worked for windups or something like that, it would be banned immediately, because it's just far too broken. But considering the fact that it only supports, or that it is supporting an underused archetype such as Watts and Hunders, it's fine at 3, even though that's what makes it so broken. But anyways, so the next card of the deck is obviously triple Wattgiraffe, or Wattcobra, sorry. Wattcobra is another searcher, just like Thunder Seahorse. You attack with it to add in another monster. So it's just great alongside of Thunder Seahorse to add pretty much every part of your deck to your hand. Thunder Seahorse plus Wattcobra. I mean, the great thing about this card is your opponent does, when you're playing Watts, and they know you're playing Watts, and they know what Watts do, this is the card they don't want to see. But with these two maxed out in the deck, with Pot of Duality maxed out in the deck, and with Wattdragonfly maxed out in the deck, you know, it's almost guaranteed to have this in opening hand or be able to search it to your hand within 1 or 2 turns. So it's like guaranteed that this card will be on the field by turn 3 at the absolute latest. This card is just always going to hit the field, and they're going to waste Solemn Warnings and Solemn Judgments on it, which actually I had some dudes waste a Solemn Judgment on it the other day. And, you know, it just makes my day when they Solemn Judgment it, because it's like, okay, that's half your life points I don't have to try to get through, because normally it takes me 4 turns to get through that many life points, but or 2 to 4 turns, so, you know, the deck's running really great, as I just said, but just being able to get that Wattcobra off really quickly, thanks to the addition of Thunder Seahorse to the deck, it's just so amazing, so broken. 3 Wattgiraffes, you gotta have 3, because if you only run 2, you'll draw into 1, and then you won't be able to search it off with Thunder Seahorse, and then Thunder Seahorse won't be as live in the deck. Which is also why I've considered bumping this card up to 3. Wattpheasant, it's only at 2 just because I find that you don't really need the third one at all. All the other Watts you need 3 of, but this one you only need 2 of. But the thing is, I'm considering bumping it up to 3 just for Thunder Seahorse reasons. Might bump the deck up 41 cards just to put that third Wattpheasant in, but who knows. It all depends. I guess I'll do some more testing before February 9th to make my final decision. Triple Wattdragonfly, you need it. It, alongside of Thunder Seahorse and Pot of Duality and Wattcobra himself, are what gets your Wattcobra to the field as quickly as possible, / in hand. Next up is the non-Watt and non-Thunder support, although these are 2 of these are technically Thunder, but it's still just extra support. I run 2 Thunder King Rai-Oh. The other day, I actually 2-0'd somebody in my second game. I would have lost if it wasn't for this card plus my Honest, which that's the next card in the deck. He had 2 Karakuri MDL Berets or whatever, the main one that whenever it's summoned you get switch, or once per turn you can switch the battle position of a monster you control or something like that. It's got like 2300 attack or something like that. I summoned this. He had Torrential Tribute. He could have very easily won the game just by playing that Torrential Tribute and then summoning a monster and attacking for 400 plus damage, because we were both at 400 life points. If he just attacked for 400 life points, he would have won. So he could have Torrential Tribute, just summon a monster, and won the game pretty much. But he didn't think, or when I summoned the Thunder King Rai-Oh in attack mode, he should have been like, why did he do that? It's because I had an Honest in hand. I attacked into his Barai, and he was like, okay. Actually, I attacked into his Hypa, because he had a Hypa as well. Then I dropped the Honest, and he was like, crap, good game, because, you know, he should have Torrential Tributed. It was his misplay, but everybody makes those mistakes. So Thunder King's really good in here, and plus it's just a good stun card in general. And then Honest is obvious because everything is light in this deck, and your Watts have weak attack, so you want them to have some form of defense. And 2 Effect Veilers, I was actually considering dropping this But when I went down to Knoxville the other weekend to try out for senior clinic, which I failed miserably at, which is why I'm going to be able to go to the tournament or to the regionals, because I can't go to regional or to the senior clinic audition or music concert thingy. But I was considering dropping these because I felt like they weren't really needed. But again, facing Machina Karakuri, it proved that this card is still needed in the deck, just for random decks that are good like that. For the spells, you run 2 Pot of Dualities just to dig deeper in your deck, try to get those Cobras to hand, Cobras and Thunder Seahorses to hand as soon as possible, and a trap card. Pot of Avarice and 2 Recycling Batteries just to bring everything in the deck right back out. It makes, with the new addition of Thunder Seahorse, it makes this deck even more of a pain, because you just search through your deck so quickly that you're going to start hitting your spells and traps, and then you can Recycling Batteries and Pot of Avarice and hit your monsters again while having all your spells and traps support. The one thing I love about this deck so far, I mean, even from the past, even more so now than ever because of all the newer stuff that's added in here, it's always got a consistent hand size. It's always got 3+ cards in hand. Your opponent will just spam out that field, especially with a deck such as 6 Ams or Windups. They'll just spam out all their monsters from their hand, and then they'll have no hand left. And then you're just like, hey, look, you're out of hand. I do the same thing as you, and I still have a hand, because they just keep up consistent hand size, which is what's so amazing about them. That and they just ignore your opponent's monsters. But anyways, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and Heavy, just your general staples. I finally got them all hollowed out. I'm sure you guys have noticed by now. Triple MST, trying to get 2 more secret rares, but it's beautiful. Triple MST is absolutely necessary in this deck. Just back row. You got to get rid of back row, such as Dimensional Prison and Mirror Force, because those 2 cards hate this deck. Now going into the traps. The most important card in this deck is triple red screen. I cannot stress how important this card is in this deck. If you were wondering why I don't play Messenger of Peace, this is why. This card is about 1,000,000 times better than Messenger of Peace. They can still have certain monsters attack with Messenger of Peace on board. No matter what you face, your opponent's not going to attack whatsoever. If you're facing a Watt mirror match, they're probably going to be playing Messengers of Pieces. And then you're going to be running this. Their Watts can't attack directly, and your Watts are going to be attacking all they want. You know, this card is just so broken, and it helps more in the mirror match and certain matchups, but it is just an amazing card overall, because you'll take 1,000 at the end of each of your turns after you've already dealt your 1,000+ damage every turn. So therefore, they're going to die before you do, even if, as long as you hit them for 1,000 each turn while this card is on board, you'll still win. It's just so good. Triple Threatening Roar, if you don't have red screen in your hand, or if they MST red screen, this is there for backup, or to stall until you get to it. Triple Compulse, I really hate extra deck cards, and this card is chainable, and with Threatening Roar and this, I just like chainability. What's really fun is setting a Threatening Roar and a red screen turn 1, and they MST the Threatening Roar and you just chain it, and the next turn they don't have an MST and you activate on their turn. By the way, red screen you always activate on their turn, so that way you don't have to take the 1,000 during your turn. So, but red screen and Compulse and Threatening Roar make a really good combination. And 1 Ceasefire just puts in that extra damage that the Watts can't do. Now for the extra deck. The extra deck is, I believe, 15 cards, but there's a couple odd decisions in there, which you'll see once I get to my side deck why they're in there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I have 15 cards in my extra deck. So first up, you got 1 Gachi, just because you run triple Wattdragonfly, so why not? For your rank 4s, you run Abyss Dweller, Evigishki Merrowgeist, Photon Papilloperative, double Utopia. Utopia is the best rank 4 for this deck. 1 Number C39 Utopia Ray, 2 Gemnite Pearls for in case they're running skill drain, so that makes it's a little bit better than Utopia in that situation because it's 100 more attack. 2 Shockmasters. Having 2 in here is just better than just having 1. 1 Thunderspark Dragon, it's just really good. That's it for your rank 4s. That's it for the Exceeds in general. Now going into the Synchro, the only Synchro I run is I'll have Justice Catastor, because any Watt monster except for Dragonfly and Thunder King or Seahorse plus an Effect Baler equals this guy. And this guy is probably the best 5-star Synchro out there. Now here's what's really strange about my extra deck. So I run 1 Elemental Hero the Shining and 1 Elemental Hero Gaia. I'll explain why in just a minute. Actually, I side 1 Super Poly, which is why I run the Shining, because all my monsters are light. And all the side deck monsters in my side deck are Earth, so that's why I run Gaia. So for the mirror match, or not for the mirror match, sorry. For the 6 Samurai matchup and the Hero matchup, I run double Puppet Plants. Then I run triple Maxx C's, for specifically heroes and windups because they spam the field a lot, and sometimes even 6Ams. So those are there for that, and plus they're there for Super Poly. I can just summon them while they have a hero on board, Super Poly it, get rid of their creature, and pull out my own Gaia if need be. Gaia I'll probably never go into, to be honest. But anyways, triple Prohibition, it's really good against any deck, to be honest. Just any deck whatsoever. Triple Twister to get rid of Soul Drain, which could be a pain for this deck. But Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure, they can stay on board whatever they want. But this is to get rid of problematic spells that are going to hurt, or continuous spells and traps that will stay on board. And if I find out that my opponent's siding in Prohibitions, I'll take out the MSTs, or I'll take out one or two of the MSTs and side in triple Twisters, so that way the Twisters will get rid of the Prohibitions. One Super Poly, as already said, just because everything is light, so Shining is going to be fun to go into. Just having that 26 beater for getting rid of their Shining is always going to be good. And finally, triple Soul Drain. I'm really worried about the Mermail matchup, so this is in there to stop Mermails as much as possible. I really want to open this and go first, set this plus a red screen plus a Wattcobra or a Thunder Seahorse in hand, and just go off on them. That's what I hope to do whenever I play Mermails at the regional. So let me know what you guys thought of the deck profile. Obviously the extra deck is far from complete. The side deck is pretty close to being complete in my opinion. There could be a few minor adjustments to it though. And the main board, I believe the main board is perfect. I'm not going to change anything between now and the regional most likely. But I just want to show this off because these guys, this is probably the most beautiful card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, for me at least. It's just beautiful, and plus it's just a really insanely good effect. Because I'm going to go and explain it. It's an automatic +4 whenever you open with 1 in hand and 2 in the deck. You discard that, +1, you get those 2. +1, you grab 2 Wattcobras, that's a +2 so far. You summon Cobra, attack directly, that's +3 to get another Wattcobra to hand. Next turn, discard that for 2 Wattgiraffe, that's a +4. Summon another Cobra. Actually, it's a +6 in this deck if you add Wattcobras with the second one. But anyway, so it can be a potential anywhere from +3 to +6, or even more. This card is just insane broken in this deck. If you open up with one of this or Pot of Duality and hit one of this, as long as you have one of this in your opening hand in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you are set to win the match pretty much. This card is what facilitates this deck the most. The deck is just so broken with this card, and I'm happy I got them in time for the regional. And I will be testing them against every single person I can test the deck against between now and the regional. I will play this deck. I'll just play the crap out of it until I get it just right, pretty much. But this card is just amazing. So that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Please leave a comment in this comment section down below. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm going to try to post up our team webpage, or not team webpage, but team channel tomorrow night sometime. And I will also try to post up our first video on that. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos. Be ready for Team Evermore to be coming up on YouTube tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video.